Hello, 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 everyone. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. I am Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. And today we're going to be talking about Miss Letitia Wright. Letitia Wright is an actress. She's on the screen right now. She plays and stars in the Black Panther movie, right? You remember Black Panther, the movie that black people made the most successful movie, one of the most successful movies in movie history, but especially one of the most successful movies in Disney history, right? Disney is the corporation that owns the Black Panther series, that owns Marvel, that puts out all the Marvel movies and all this great stuff. And Letitia Wright is the lady on the screen. She was one of the stars during the Black Panther movie. You may not, you should recognize her from that picture, but I have another picture that you may be able to really recognize her and what she did in the movie. And it's this picture right here. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in your chat. First of all, put your hashtag B1s in the chat. Hashtag B1 in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that we are coming through and we are here on the Black Boss channel. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Letitia Wright is one of the stars of the Black Panther movie. She was Zuri. As you see right there, she was Zuri. She was a combat warrior. She was tough. She was just black excellent, both in the Black Panther movie and also in one of the Avengers movies. He was the smart scientist, way of the future, knew how to, was into technology and science and all of this black girl magic that was displayed on screen that, you know, Disney and Marvel and all these people got to capitalize on. But Miss Letitia Wright is in the news not for the amazing work that she did for Black Panther, but for some propaganda that is being put out against her and that I don't think is fair. You're getting a lot of one-sided media attacks of Miss Letitia Wright. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, because this is a message I feel like all of us need to hear. And I'm going to show you some clips and listen to some stuff that this is what's being put out there. They, as in the system, as in the people controlling mainstream media and what's going on, are trying to prevent you from thinking for yourself, guys. And this is getting to critical levels, like just severe critical levels. So hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. So I'm going to read to you some of an article that came out today via the, what is this news conference? It is, the Hollywood Reporter. It is the Hollywood Reporter, and it is about Letitia Wright. Okay, the Hollywood Reporter came out with this big, long articles, is super long, about different players in Hollywood, different actors and actresses that are opposed to getting the jab. Let's call it the jab or the serum. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about in the chat. They're against the getting the serum. And so one of the people that they pointed out, then there were more than one, believe it or not, there was more than one person that they talked about during this article. But if you looked at the headlines and all the Twitter and everything, you would believe that Letitia Wright is the only actor and or actress in all of Hollywood that is against getting the jab, that is against taking the serum, that is against doing that, right? Like if you read these headlines I'm about to show you, you would believe she is the only person in the history of the world that has some form of skepticism against taking the jab, right? So anyway, back to the Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood Reporter's article comes out and it says a number of performers that were against taking the jab. It said Rob Schneider, who is a white man, and then it goes into Letitia Wright, who is going to be the star of a film that is currently taking place, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It says she's shared anti-V-word positions on social media. In Wright's case, a set source says she has expounded similar views about the V-word to the Atlanta production, so to Disney. She's told Disney, like, hey, you know, my body, my choice, basically. And I'm good on taking that right now. And then back in December, they chime in about how she posted this video that a lot of people had problems with. Basically, it was of a British preacher, because if you don't know, this young lady she's not a foundational Black American. She's not like black from the United States. She is British, from what I understand. So she posted a Black British preacher And he went in about how he was a skeptic of the jab. Let's just call it a jab, okay? So I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad we're all on the same page, right? So she shared with Disney like she's good on taking the jab, right? And so from that, Disney has now created a mandate that by the middle of this month, so over the next week or week and a half, all of their actors and or actresses that take part in their movies will have to have the jab, right? This is via the Hollywood Reporter. It says the Disney studio behind Black Panther will begin, listening to this, Disney will begin rolling out a sticker system on all of its new productions in the mid-October that requires visible proof of the jab, as stipulated in a return to work agreement between them and the Hollywood unions, right? And so how do I know about this? Where did this come from? I got on Twitter today. I was on Twitter and I was just looking what's going on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just checking Twitter or whatever. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. And Zuri, which is this character's name, during the Black Panther movie was trending. And I was like, why is Zuri trending? Oh, I wonder what's going on. What's happening right now? And I go to look up Zuri, and there's just a shit ton of bashing of Miss Letitia Wright. Let me show you my screen, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like when you look up the name Zuri on Twitter right now. Let's see. Let's make sure. Let's remove this and let's take a look at it. So this is Miss Letitia Wright right here. And if you look up the name Zuri, this is what pops up. Let's zoom in a little bit. It says Zuri, an actress, the actress who plays Zuri, a brilliant scientist, is anti-science. So this is how they like to attack you, right? Like when they don't combat your argument with valid points, they just like to attack you. So there's a bunch of attacks. Being an that's everybody's favorite word, is being an anti-something. It's not about being anti. It's just about having a different opinion than you. Then, of course, it says different people are, trying out for Zuri. I don't want Zuri to take the mantle. Like just a bunch of attacks, a bunch of Zuri doesn't believe in science and Zuri doesn't do this and Zuri doesn't do this. Now, remember this. Letitia Wright is 27 years old. Right? She's 27 years old. She looks fairly healthy. I don't really know how healthy she is, but she looks fairly healthy. And she is just someone who decided, I don't want to take it, right? That's not what I want to do. My body, my choice. But now you get all of these anti-Letitia Wright articles. See, this is what takes place. And I'm going to show my screen one more time. And if you look up Letitia Wright right now, you can look up her name. You can Google her name and look at what pops up. Look at what pops up. And this is how the system works to silence our people, to make sure that only one narrative is pushed. And that's why I thought it was so important to do this video, because if you look up her name right now, this is Letitia Wright. I looked it up. And this is no change in the page. It's page 1. News about Black Panther / Letitia Wright. Reports Letitia Wright continues anti-vaccine stance. That is Letitia Wright reportedly continues anti-vax views on Black Panther 2 set. Black Panther's Letitia Wright allegedly espounds anti-vaccine views on set. Letitia Wright reportedly anti-vax on Black. Like, this is all that's being said about her. This is literally it. How she's just this big anti-vaxxer. How she's spewing these dirty negative views. How she's against science. How about she just has a damn brain? How about she just decides to think for herself? How about this is America? It's supposed to be a free country. And just because she doesn't have the same opinion as you, that shouldn't be a crime. How about that? Remember, guys, I said there was another name on there. I said his name. The white actor, Rob Schneider. Let's look up Rob Schneider. What's coming up with Rob Schneider? Absolutely, positively nothing. I said Rob Schneider's in that same article. There's no anti-vax thing about Rob Schneider. He's currently shooting a movie just like Letitia. There's nothing about him being anti-vax. There's not one article about there's nothing about him on the Google search from today at all. His latest thing was from 24 hours ago. Then you go 4 days, 2 days, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. He's in that same article, and he also doesn't have the jab. You follow what I'm saying here? Let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat you are actually following what I am saying right now. Look at how they manipulate it. Is that not concerning to you? Like, please let me know if that is concerning to you. It's very much so concerning to me. Why is it that they're so concerned about the black community when it comes to taking this jab? Why is it that when we're fighting poverty, when we're doing any and everything else, there's no concern? Where is all this outrage? Where is all this push to get us to do something? Where is this coming from? Who is paying these people to put out this stuff about Letitia Wright? Let's look at it one more time. Rob Snyder. Let's look at the headlines for Letitia Wright. All about being an anti-vaxxer, preaching anti-vax stuff on the set of Black Panther 2, doing all she can, allegedly, to do all of these things, to get people to not take the quote-unquote vax. And just so you guys know that I am not lying. Because here's the thing. I'm all about transparency. I'm all about trying to be transparent. I'm all about all of these things, right? Just so you guys know that I am not lying, because I want you to be able to do this when somebody asks you like, oh, you an anti-vaxxer and you this big bad boogeyman and you gonna make us all die and all of this stuff. No, this is how the propaganda works. So I'm going to show you this article from the Hollywood Reporter that says Rob Snyder, just like it says Letitia Wright. And we just looked at the Google searches and there was not one word. Last I checked, this is Rob Snyder, right? That name that I just highlighted. Let me know in the chat. Please let me know in the chat that you see that name, Rob Snyder. Let's read the top of the paragraph together. It says, from studio backlots to agency conference rooms. The vaccine debate, I've said it a lot, but hell, if they're going to take us down, they're going to take us all down. The vaccine debate dividing Hollywood, just as the Delta variant keeps up its destructive path. While vaccine skeptics are far less likely to voice their opinions publicly, plenty of industry holdouts remain. A number of performers, from Rob Snyder, now shooting Netflix's Home Team movie, to Letitia Wright, filming Marvel's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, have shared anti-vaccine positions on social media. That's interesting. Both of them have shared these things to social media. Meanwhile, when I Google Rob Snyder, there's nothing about him from the past 24 hours. Whereas that when I Google Letitia Wright, it's all about her being an anti-vaxxer. Now, if you don't find that interesting, if you don't see a problem there, please let me know in the chat. Do you see a problem there? Do you see a problem there? Come on now. Like, let me know we're all on the same page, because this is getting ridiculous. These are the things. These are the issues. And the reason why I feel so strongly about this, because I believe Miss Letitia Wright probably feels alone. She probably feels alone. Why do you think that, Jeff? Well, if you continue to read this article, it goes on to say, or a different article that kind of sums it up a little faster, from Complex, one of those articles bashing Letitia Wright about being this so quote unquote anti-vaxxer, right? Letitia actually fired her American team representatives after she got backlash from posting a video about concerns with the vaccine. So just to reiterate what took place, right? Back in December, obviously, we're in September of 2021. So back in December of 2020, now the vaccine is being pushed really, really heavy, right? But if you remember back during December 2020, we were still being frightened out of our minds. Some of us have kind of understand now that, COVID is a little more we can handle it a little better than we thought we could. But back in December of 2020, it was still like a big scary boogeyman, right? It was a big scary boogeyman. And back during that time, there was all the talks of creating the vaccine. There was the push of trying to get the shot, get the jab created. It was an arms race. It was Johnson & Johnson versus Pfizer versus Moderna. Who was going to get it out first? Who's going to get it out first? Who's going to get it out first? All these big time pharmaceutical companies, who have never done us, black people of melanated descent, any favors, right? Like all of them were fighting about who was going to get it out first, who's going to get it out first. And all Letitia did, because remember, she has a big name because she was in the most successful Disney movie in the history of their corporation, right? Disney's not a company that started last year, right? Disney is a company that's made billions upon billions of dollars. And Black Panther, thanks to you all, and thanks to people like me and you and all the black people around the world, was the most successful movie in Disney history, right? These Marvel movies make a whole lot of money, and Black Panther was the number one movie in Disney history, right? So Letitia has a big name because of that. She has a name that is notable. And during December 2020, when the virus was still the big bad boogeyman in the room, Letitia posted a video of a British preacher, because remember, she's from Europe, of a British preacher basically saying there's this arms race. Basically saying, talking how we talk, right? Let me know in the chat that you understand me. He was talking how we talk, how there's some skepticism about the vaccine. There's some skepticism about the jab. That's all he said. I don't think he said nothing more, nothing less. He didn't tell anybody not to get it. He didn't tell anybody to get it. He just said, I'm a little worried. When you have these pharmaceutical companies who aren't in for the best, they're not in for your health. They're in for their money. They're in for their dollars. They're in for their bottom line. So they're racing to get it created, not because they love you, not because they want to see you healthy, not because they want you to not take their medicines or not take their pills or not take their jabs. They're in it because they're trying to make the most money the quickest way possible. And that's all he said. That's all he said. And people came after her. And so now that she still doesn't have the jab, and now that she's been on set, and the thing is, I don't know this for a fact, but they keep saying she's this anti-vaxxer and she's spreading this anti-vax message on the set of Black Panther 2. And I don't know because I don't have any insight, but I could almost bet you anything in the world that all she's doing is people are asking her about her status. And she's saying, I didn't get it. And here's why. I can almost guarantee that's what's taking place. She's saying, all she's probably saying is, I didn't get it. And here's why. And now you get on the internet. You can get on the internet right now, look up her name, and it's all about her being this so-called anti-vaxxer. We just did it. We just did this experiment. Remember, she's not the only one in Hollywood who's decided not to get it. But when you look up her name, this ain't page 6, page 7. This is the first page of her Google search. Continues her anti-vax stand, anti-vax views, anti-vax. That's a way of name calling. This is the first page of her Google. And I'm sure we could go. Now, here's the thing that I was talking about. Fired her USPR team because they didn't do a good job of protecting her. They didn't do a good job of spreading her message. That's it. Yeah, she fired them and she should have. Your job as her team is to get the message out there. It's to prevent a ton of articles like this from coming out. It's to get people who have the same concerns that she has to back her up. Hello? Is that not what the purpose of a PR team is to do? It's not like this lady was out here saying, go out here and do this crazy thing. No, all she said was, I have some skepticism about the jab. I have some skepticism about the shot. That's it. And a lot of us here do as well. Now, here's how bad some of this stuff is getting, right? So, Maj Toure, you guys know Maj is a good guy. Maj is a guy we've had on this platform. Maj is a guy that'll be at the All Black National Convention down in Orlando, Florida. Be sure to get your tickets. Get your tickets to the All Black National Convention because conversations like this will be had a lot. We'll have a lot of great conversations, and it's a lot of people who aren't afraid to speak up. There ain't gonna be no Letitia Wright PR people down there at the All Black National Convention. So Maj Toure appeared on some platform. I don't really even know what it was, and he was speaking to all of these beautiful melanated black people about the jab. And one of these guys, who I believe, I don't know his name. I don't want to call out the brother. I don't want to name call the brother. But one of these guys, and you're going to hear it, had a lot to say about the jab in regards to healthy living and healthy lifestyles. I'm just going to play to you what he says. Let's take a listen to this. This is pretty interesting.
I don't care what you eat to put in your body. If it's not a vaccine, nothing.
So he starts off, I don't know if you heard that. That's why I'm going to make sure all my audio's up. So I don't care what you eat or what you put in your body without a vaccine. Let's take a listen.
I don't care what you eat to put in your body. If it's not a vaccine, nothing is going to stop the spike protein on SARS-CoV-2 from binding with the ACE2 receptors on your cells, except neutralizing antibodies that you get from the vaccine. I don't care how much green grass or whatever you want to put, it doesn't work. It's anecdotal. Your immune system. No, it ain't anecdotal. That's called science, my brother. No matter how
you're just saying stuff now.
Bro,
that's data.
Y'all just saying stuff.
No.
Y'all just saying stuff now. The food that you eat don't have nothing to do with it. Y'all spitting in Dr. Sebi face. Y'all spitting in Dr. Y'all just want to deal with that one side of it, and that's not fair.
Bro, this is getting out of fucking control right now.
No disrespect.
No, hold up.
But I can't hear nobody say what you put in your body as a black man or a black woman doesn't matter. That's why we got obese people right now.
And shout out to Maj, man. Shout out to Maj, man, for going to war. And that's one thing about Maj and a lot of beautiful black people, smart, intelligent black people. They're not worried about all the crowds. They're not worried about all the yelling. They're not worried about all of that. This man, this educated man, he had a North Carolina A&T shirt on, so that means he either went to an HBCU or supports HBCUs, and shout out to that. But this man went on a platform that probably gets a few thousand views. They got Maj, they probably get some views. They probably have a large black audience because there was a lot of black people on that panel. Went on there and listen, I mean, this is the brainwashing at work. Went on there and said, it doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter how you live. Your lifestyle does not matter at all. If you don't get the jab, then there's no way for you to fight off this virus. Oh my God. He said that with a straight. Did we not? Let's run it. I gotta run it back one more time because it's some of the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard. Let's run this back one more time. And our brother Maj, he couldn't sit quiet. He couldn't stand for it. And I don't blame him.
I don't care what you eat to put in your body. If it's not a vaccine, nothing is going to stop the spike protein on SARS-CoV-2 from binding with the ACE2 receptors on your cells, except neutralizing antibodies that you get from the vaccine. I don't care how much green grass or whatever you want to put, it doesn't work. It's your immune system. No, it ain't anecdotal. That's called science, my brother. No matter.
Y'all just saying stuff now.
Bro,
that's data.
Y'all just saying stuff.
No.
Y'all just saying stuff now. The food that you eat don't have nothing to do with it. Y'all spitting in Dr. Sebi face. Y'all spitting in Dr. Africa face. Y'all just want to deal with that one side of it, and that's not fair.
Bro, this is getting out of fucking control right now.
No disrespect.
No, hold up.
But I can't hear nobody say what you put in your body as a black man or a black woman doesn't matter. That's why we got obese people right now.
Bro, shout out to Maj, man. Shout out to freaking Maj, bro. Because you hear him? Mute his mic, Patrick. Mute his mic. He's talking too black. He's making too much sense. The fact that fruits and vegetables and exercising and what you put in your body doesn't matter. You know, if you eat an apple versus eating pig intestines or a bologna sandwich, that doesn't matter, right? Being 400 pounds, if you're 400 pounds, got diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, but you get the jab, you're going to be okay. But if you are in shape, eat right, exercise, live a healthy lifestyle, but don't have the jab, it don't you gonna be in a lot of trouble. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it to see next year. Like, get the are you like, there's black people. I imagine that man is educated. Like I said, he had an HBCU shirt on. So either went to an HBCU or supports HBCUs. He said a lot of big words, right? So he sounds like he's educated. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He sounds like he does something to this capacity, right? But he went on a platform with a bunch of black people, with other smart black people. And there were black people backing him up saying that stuff. That is how deep the brainwashing has gotten. This is what we're fighting against, guys. This is what we're up against. And if you don't think the brainwashing is real, go back and watch that video again. This man went on there and said, I don't care what kind of green juice you put in your body, how healthy you are, whatever. If you don't have the jab, you aren't going to be able to fight in or prevent the virus. And that is simply not true. That is simply not true. What are they saying is taking people out the most? People with pre-existing health conditions. Who are the people with pre-existing health conditions? The overall majority. The overall majority. Who are the overall majority people of pre-existing health conditions? Those who are obese, those who are overweight, those who are out of shape, those who don't live a healthy lifestyle, those who don't eat right. And this man go on to say, you can eat whatever you want as long as you get the jab. It's going to stop you. As if having the jab is just 100% immunity. No, we've learned that isn't true. We've learned that isn't true, right? And so in the case of Maj, shout out to Maj, bro. Maj was holding it down, bro. I respect the hell out of Maj because he didn't even let bro finish that stupidness. He didn't even let bro finish that stupidity. That's how dumb that stuff was. He's like, yo, I can't just sit back here with a panel full of black people and y'all just gonna let this man say it don't matter what black folks eat. Are we serious right now? My God. My God. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Like, share, subscribe. We started off talking about Letitia Wright and the attacks on Letitia Wright, for those of you who don't know, is the actress that plays Zuri on the Black Panther series. She is scheduled to be the star of the new Black Panther movie that's being produced by Disney that comes out. It'll probably come out either sometime next year or 2023. But currently they're filming and currently she's on set. And they're probably asking her questions about her jab status. And she is telling them, I ain't got it. I'm good. She's 27 years old. She looks fairly healthy. She probably eats right. And she's like, hey, I'm betting on me against the jab, right? I want to show you something. This was posted by Dr. Boyce. This is posted by Dr. Boyce Watkins, and this was somebody that I know as well that posted this. This is a lady by the name of Zakia, and Zakia just took a trip to Africa, to Tanzania to be exact. I don't know. Oh, I hope. Let me know if you can see that. Let me know if you can read this tweet posted by Dr. Watkins. It says, this was a message sent by Zakia. It says, let me just tell y'all, I got back from Tanzania and there wasn't a mask in sight. They ain't social distancing or nothing. Yet there aren't any mass deaths. The West is exploiting. You know that word. I probably said it one too many times. This video might not make it air, but oh well. We gotta let the truth be known. Is exploiting it and have more control over its citizens. This isn't about health, y'all. Everyone who was questioning this and fighting back are correct. She just went to Tanzania, a country that is approximately about 50 million strong. She says there's not a mask in sight and there ain't social distancing. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Please, in the chat, let me know. What does that tell you? Oh, this is bigger than just me and you. It's just bigger than just even Letitia Wright or Maj or whoever. Come on, man. When have they ever, when has modern medicine, the government, whoever ever had black people's, had our best interest at heart? Like, come on, let me know in the chat, please. If there was a time, please, let's talk about it. Because last I checked, they always try to kill your leaders. Malcolm, dead. Martin, dead. Fred Hampton, dead. Kwame Ture, a.k.a. Stokely Carmichael, ran out the country. Angela Davis, they tried to kill her, or they tried to send her to jail forever. Ali, they want you to believe Ali was this great hero that everybody loved and was forever loved and for everything. Ali was one of the most ostracized athletes in the history of the world. It wasn't until he was elderly and sick that people actually started to acknowledge Muhammad Ali. They don't really want you to know he's part of the Nation of Islam, though. But they didn't acknowledge him until he was sick. Let's be real about this. Let's tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. One brother that is fighting this stuff, man, head on, that I give 1,000% worth of respect to, is Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie Irving, for those of you who don't know, Kyrie Irving is an NBA player. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets, which they play their basketball games in the city of Brooklyn, New York City. Currently, hit the thumbs up button, by the way, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. The Brooklyn Nets play in the city of New York City. And currently, there is a mandate in New York City that if you participate in anything that is indoors, you must have the jab. You must have proof that you have the jab. Kyrie Irving has always been someone who does his own thing. If everybody goes right, he goes left. If everybody says, man, it's a beautiful day out here, he said, oh, it could be better. You know, he's always challenging. And sometimes it's like, it's a little questionable, Kyrie. But one thing is for certain. He always has been his own man. He has always been his own man, right, wrong, or indifferent. He's always his own man, and he marches to the beat of his own drum. And he is someone that they would consider an anti-vaxxer, right? An anti-vaxxer. And in the city of New York, if you want to play professional basketball, you can't be that. You can't be that in the city of New York. And so the Brooklyn Nets accommodated him for a while. They were practicing in San Diego, California. They were holding their practices out in San Diego because Kyrie, he can't play in New York, right? They had a media day he wasn't a part of because he couldn't be there because he doesn't have the jab. Right? So now the season starts in 10 days or something, less than 2 weeks. And he still can't participate. He can't play in the preseason games. He can't do this stuff because he doesn't have the jab. And Kyrie, as of right now, is standing very, very strong about what he says. He hasn't said many words, but he hasn't done anything. Now, Andrew Wiggins was also in this boat, but Andrew Wiggins folded. And he basically blamed the league and blamed the team he plays for forcing him to fold. Well, Kyrie, I guess he's a stronger man than Andrew Wiggins right now. So Kyrie Irving, if you look up his name on Twitter, these are the things that pop up. Just a bunch of how he's a distraction. A bunch of just... Now, here's one thing. NLE Chopper. He is a rapper that is in support of Kyrie Irving. This is the first I've seen of this. This is the first person of any significance. I don't even know how much significance NLE Chopper has, but he's the first person of any significance to actually stand with Kyrie Irving. And so, as of now, Kyrie Irving is scheduled to lose out on almost $400,000 every game that he misses. Almost $381,000 that he would lose if he continues to not get the jab. He also is scheduled to miss 41 games for the Brooklyn Nets if he decides not to get the jab, right? Kyrie Irving is standing strong. This is the biggest act of any celebrity against mandates. I have not seen anyone else with the celebrity status of a Kyrie Irving that's standing on their own, standing on their morals, standing on their values, willing to risk it all like this. I haven't seen it. Let me know in the chat. Let me know, please, have you seen anyone else that has been standing their ground like Kyrie Irving? Because I haven't. This is the greatest sign of strength. And it's going to be curious because now there's talks about Brooklyn trading him. Now there's probably going to be some resentment from his teammates. There's damn sure going to be resentment from the fans. There's going to be NBA guys that just hate it or whatever. You say you're hurting your team and not giving them the best chance at winning the championship. But Kyrie has morals. He has standards. He's like, yo, where is all this? Because Kyrie is black, obviously. Where is all this energy to get black people to do something when 100 kids get shot in Chicago? Where's all this energy when we talk about reparations? Where's all this energy when we're talking about changing the economic structure in our communities? Where's all this energy when 40% of the prison system is made up of people with black and brown skin that look like me when we only make up 11% of the population in America? Where is all of this energy, right? You guys got a whole lot of energy for this jab. But where is this energy when bad shit's happening to black people in the streets every day? A lot caught on camera nowadays, but most of it off. Where is this at? That's all he's asking. That's all he's asking. This is the greatest sign of strength. This is the greatest sign of solidarity. And if he's willing to take this into the season, I don't know if we've ever seen anything like this. It's in the sporting world. Let me preference that by let's not get twisted. No, we didn't see our leaders don't risk their lives. This ain't risking a life. This is risking a paycheck, right? It's risking a paycheck, and it's at a chance of getting exiled, because there is definitely going to be some resentment towards Kyrie Irving on this matter. Our leaders, they gave up their lives, like literally, like Martin's not here because he said we're coming to get our check. Like it's not something I thought about. It's actually facts, right? For those of you who don't know, the U.S. government admitted to killing Martin Luther King. They also recently admitted to killing Malcolm X, right? Martin Luther King's family won in the court. Like, look it up. Look, you can Google all of this. Martin Luther King's family actually won a court case that stated that the U.S. government killed Martin. Malcolm X, it has been proven that the CIA and the New York police plotted to kill Malcolm X. Not the Nation of Islam, the police, the government. All of these are facts. You can look it up, use your Googles. I'm just presenting you the facts. I ain't making this stuff up. So, I'm saying this is one of the greatest stances by a professional athlete of solidarity and of like just standing your ground and having morals and all of those things that maybe we've ever seen. Definitely since Kaepernick. The difference, and Kaepernick gave it all up. The difference between Kyrie Irving and Kaepernick, at least in this stage, is that Kyrie Irving in his sport is a bigger celebrity than Kaepernick. Kyrie Irving in his sport makes more money than Kaepernick made. So the sacrifice was greater. Kyrie Irving in his sport is a star. Kaepernick was a good player and at one point maybe even been considered a star. But he ain't to the level of Kyrie. Kyrie's a Hall of Famer. Kaepernick wasn't that. Kyrie's a 7-time All-Star. Kyrie's a All-NBA player. Kyrie's a champion. And Kyrie very well could get the jab and go with the Brooklyn Nets and go off and win another championship this year. It's very possible. And he's willing to give all of that up because he has morals, because he has values, because he believes in something. That right there is powerful. If you don't see what's taking place, I can't wake you up. I can't open your eyes to it. But I just want you to know that these things are taking place. And they're sending black people like that young man from that video with Maj out to try to manipulate you, out to try to convince you of something that isn't real, out there to try to silence you and try to make it seem like you have no opinion, like your opinion doesn't matter. It's a sick, sick, crazy world we live in. But this is the reality. I just want you to know that no, you do have options. No, you can fight back. No, you can stand up against it. That's all I have to say tonight, guys. Thank you all for listening to me rant for a good 40 minutes. If you want to hear more talks like this, go to theblackbosschannel.com, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, like, share to your friends, talk to your friends, let them know we're here. If you have opinions, hit me up on Twitter. We can add you. We can let you join the conversation. JLightsy7 on Twitter. I'm Jeff Lightsy7. JLightsy7 on Twitter. We'll add you to the conversation because we need more like-minded black people. If you want to hear some more great, strong, smart, brilliant, beautiful black people, come join me, meet me at the All Black National Convention, October 29th through November 1st at the Omni in Orlando, Florida. We'll have more black conversations just like this one. Hit the thumbs up button, guys, on your way out. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I'll see you next time. Peace.